It's been 50 years since Arthur Ashe won Wimbledon, and to celebrate, at the beginning of each of our daily Wimbledon pods, we're teaming up with the Arthur Ashe legacy at UCLA to share stories that bring that win to life. Enjoy the pod.
And Arthur also thought about, he had watched players that had given Jimmy Connors tough battles, and there was a guy named Raul Ramirez, good player from Mexico. Mm-hmm. Raul was a junk player. He never hit the ball that hard. He was a lot of spin, little slice, little this, just give a lot of soft balls and stuff. And Jimmy had a tough time dealing with that. Always, really struggled. So Arthur said, I need to implement some of that against Jimmy. And so, so he started giving him a lot of softball, which is not Arthur's game at all. Arthur was a big hitter of the ball, and how he took something that was not his style of play, but he implemented it, and he implemented it successfully. And it was one of the great strategic matches of all times. That obviously will be remembered for many, many years to come.
Hello guys, welcome to the Black Spin Global Podcast. I am Lucy.
And I'm Eugene.
And welcome to day 3 at Wimbledon. It feels like day 43.
Wow, already.
Oh gosh, just joking guys. It's just that it's been a very long day for us. Obviously, as you know, we are on site giving you daily pods, giving you daily tweets, updates, and everything that you need. Again, also hope you guys did enjoy today's oral histories. Kept it short, kept it nice, from the Arthur Ashe legacy at UCLA to celebrate Arthur Ashe's 50th anniversary Wimbledon win. And also just a reminder, guys, we have released more tickets for our Box Park watch party, Wimbledon watch party. So yeah, guys, make sure that you go and grab some tickets. And Eugene, guess what?
What?
I have confirmed with them to make sure that they are available to sell some Pims in there. So yeah, guys, there'll be jug of Pims available.
The proper Wimbledon experience.
The proper Wimbledon way, man. So
that.
All of our London listeners, please guys, pull up. This is going to be such a great time, a great opportunity to come and watch some tennis with us on Sunday, 6th of July. And it's free, guys. It's free. So just come, Mary, whatever match is on, just come through and we'll be there. Aside from that, and our New York listeners, don't worry, we'll come back to you guys real quick on some stuff. Eugene, how are you?
I'm good, Lucy. Like you said, tired. Early start for us this morning.
Listen, if the listeners can see how I'm laying down on this chair, I'm using 2 chairs. I'm here just laying down in here, spread out. I'm feeling comfortable. Yeah, so yeah, guys, like it is 11 p.m., but we are here to give you the content and to celebrate the Black players who have done well, even if we had early losses or not. Shout out to the Black players making it through this Wimbledon. Day 3, how you feeling actually?
Oh yeah, I'm liking it. Like you said, there's been some indifferent results, but again, it's a really good tennis, like a good level of tennis.
Yeah,
I feel like,
for sure.
Especially from like Keys, who we'll talk about later on, Osaka as well, very impressive. And even defeat.
Yeah, for sure.
Gabriel Diallo, 5-setter. Again, we'll talk more about that later on. But for me, the level of tennis has been one of the highlights. Even yesterday too, the defeats we had, I enjoyed a lot of the matches.
For sure.
What about you?
I feel the same. It's weird because I feel like last year I feel like there was more players.
Yeah.
But this year we might not have as many players, but the intensity is high. It's not like they're losing very easily. It's not like they're losing to just anybody. But it shows to you the level that they are at.
And also too, sorry to cut you, but like this year, the amount of seeds that have fallen on both sides, both men's and women's, like that's also quite telling.
For sure.
So
definitely. A lot of talk right now about the calendar, a lot of talk right now about, all the top seeds that are falling. This Wimbledon is definitely a little bit different. So yeah, I don't know. I hope these professionals are going to look into the calendar because this is a lot. It's a lot. But at the same time, it also shows how much the top seeds have been working hard as well. I was talking to someone earlier today and I was saying how I feel like the top players of this generation do not get enough credit. they're always forever compared to the previous players and stuff. And I feel like the level is high. The pressure is way higher. The calendar is way busier. So for me, it is not surprising if midway through the year, they're like, yo,
it's a good point. Yeah.
I'm tired. So shout out to everyone. Winning, losing is what it is, man. It's not the end of the world. It's just tennis. We're not saving lives. Like, I'm sorry. The only people that can't afford to be like, it's not a big thing are doctors. We're not doctors. We're just covering tennis, and the others are playing tennis.
Media announcement. Gabriel Diallo is on his way to the sports.
Well, guys, that's a pause right now.
And on that note.
And we're back. Sorry, guys. As you can see, we had to run quickly to Diallo's press, which we'll discuss later. But yeah, so as we were discussing,
Madison Keys made light work of Olga Danilovic, winning 6-4, 6-2. Looked very comfortable throughout. Or she did have a little wobble actually. So when she was serving for the first set,
I think she was serving like what 5-2.
It was 5-3,
5-3,
and then got broken. But then immediately broke Danilovic in the next game to win the set 6-4. But yeah, apart from that, she cruised it afterwards, winning the second 6-2. Looked very, very comfortable. I was there for most of that match. Obviously, there was a delay as well. So today was the first day it rained.
So and it wasn't that long. So
we didn't get play. Well, play was meant to start at 11 on the outside courts, but I don't think they got underway until just before 1. Exactly. So yeah, just slightly annoying, but I guess to be expected at Wimbledon. But yeah, no, back to Keys. She played well. Like, I think everything was kind of clicking for her today. There were no kind of hiccups like her first round match against Roos, where that was a 3-setter. This one was much more just easy,
smooth. Yeah.
Danilovic is also a lefty, which I didn't remember basically. I've seen her play before, but I do find it kind of fascinating when a lefty goes up against a righty, because you don't get that kind of matchup that often. But yeah, Keys, she just dealt with it pretty well. I've got here my notes. She overpowered her. Obviously, Keys, big hitter. Yeah,
especially on grass.
Kind of goes without saying. But Danilovic, though, to her credit, she was kind of hanging in there, in a few of the points. But yeah, for the most part, Keys was able to just, I guess, take over. She was never really under threat. Like I said, in that first set, she did have the wobble where she got broken, but she then immediately broke back to secure the first. And then, took the second 6-2. So she'll now face Laura Sigmund, the German, in the third round. Yeah. After Sigmund upset the 29th seed, Leila Fernandez, in straight sets. And that was a 6-2, 6-3 victory for Sigmund. Keys did talk about facing Sigmund, and this is what she had to say.
She's always a tricky player. I think she's super crafty, so I think grass highlights that for her. And I think kind of all of her tangibles become even more of a weapon. So definitely going to have to be prepared for that. And you just kind of know that you're never really going to get the same ball twice. So if you go out looking for any sort of rhythm, you're not going to find it. So I think just kind of knowing that going into the match is half the battle, and then just having a really solid game plan on how to kind of approach each kind of individual ball that comes at you.
So yeah, very interesting. Like, I think players, they kind of know, they've both been on tour for a while now.
Yeah. So she seems prepared for it.
Yeah.
I think it will be a good match. How do you think it's gonna go?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty confident Keys is gonna come through. But she did say that she's expecting kind of Sigmund to throw in like a lot of junk. Like, she's not gonna get the same ball twice. And if you remember, I remember Sigmund versus was it Coco Gauff at the US Open. That was a bit of a scrappy affair. So I don't think it's going to be like that Wimbledon for Keys.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a much more straightforward match. And I'm going to say straight sets again. How do you see that going?
Yeah, no, I say straight sets as well. Obviously, Keys is my pick, so
she's absolutely flying.
Yeah, for me, it's like, yeah, we got this girl. See ya next rounds. And yeah, but yeah, I'm really happy. I'm just glad that she's finally got like a clean, smooth match. I feel like this has been her quickest and smoothest grass match so far.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about even before like Wimbledon and stuff. So yeah, so it's nice to see that she was able to go through quickly and well. So yeah, looking forward to her match. Yeah, for sure.
And then next up we had Naomi Osaka.
Yes.
Grasaka.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like another like encouraging performance / win.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see this coming in terms of like how comfortable she was, because then this was a straight sets win against.
You kept saying that.
Yeah, because Katerina Siniakova, she's a doubles world number one.
Exactly, but the thing is with Katerina, she's a better doubles player than a singles player.
But also, yeah, she's also the ladies doubles champion here. Like, so she knows how to play on grass.
No, I get all of that, but she's in general, like not even just in grass, but literally in general, she's actually like way better in doubles than single, and that's why I think I said it on the last pod as well with Osaka. That's why I was really hoping that it would be a thing where she won, because I knew it would have been easier for Osaka to deal with her game rather than Qinwen Zheng.
Yeah.
But obviously, yeah, I'm not saying
Siniakova beat her at the French.
Sorry?
Siniakova beat Osaka at the French Open.
Yeah, but still, like when it comes to who would you rather have, Siniakova or Qinwen Zheng?
No, of course. But
exactly.
Like, I'm just saying Siniakova.
But that's my point. I was saying it more out of those two. Yeah. It would have always been better for Osaka to face Siniakova than Qinwen Zheng. But at the end of the day, Qinwen Zheng is the one Siniakova is the one who took out Qinwen Zheng. So I'm not saying it of a way of like Siniakova is bad or she's a crappy player. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying for that situation and where we are right now, she was a best opponent for Osaka to beat.
But I think to kind of counter that, on going by Osaka's form,
mm-hmm.
I feel like she would have beaten Zheng.
I'm not saying she wouldn't have, but it would have been probably much tougher. Like probably be a 3-setter or maybe like a tie break or something. Do you get what I mean? Like I feel like it would have been a little bit more difficult. But either way, you know, she won the match and she's through her third round for the first time since 2018.
Yes.
So she won in straight sets, 6-3, 6-2. But yeah, that match was pretty good. She even broke first. Siniakova broke right back. Osaka took the chance again. But yeah, like she won like the first set with like 2 out of 4 break points, and she did really well. What's funny is that her stats were better for the first match versus the second match.
Okay.
But she looked more comfortable in the second match, which was really interesting. And it goes back to my thing about tennis. Stats are never enough. You actually have to watch the match.
Yeah.
Because if you see both of them, you'll be thinking, her first match was way better.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was really interesting. But she was very comfortable. Siniakova was struggling with she was struggling to return to Osaka's serves.
Okay.
So like even though Osaka's first serve points were slightly higher, on the first match, the way she was, you know, taking it was making it more difficult for Siniakova to return those serves. She was also more in control on the longer rallies as well, which was nice to see.
That is good to see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, she was just really, really good. And again, I feel like I won. I'm gonna go back and try and find some old tweets of me talking about Osaka on grass, because I've been saying it. I don't want to make it seem like I don't want people to think that I'm saying it because she said it. That's not the way it is, guys. I've always felt like it's just been grass, and she's also, even this press conference, she's talked about it a lot. Actually, like a lot of time, like she said it. Like, yeah, I really feel like I'm really good on the surface, and here's actually one part where she talks about it.
You know what's ironic is like at the beginning of the tournament when I did my press, I don't know who asked me this, but basically it was a question about like my first time playing on grass. And then I had a solid thought about it. And I realized like when I was younger, I had no fear. And I think when you're young, you fear nothing. And that's one of the really cool things about it. But I don't know. With age, fear kind of crept along and I guess paralyzed me in a way. So now I'm kind of just getting over that and trying to spread my wings on grass. And I think it is working and I think I am moving pretty well. And yeah, I just hope that in years to come and hopefully this year I can do a lot better in this tournament.
Fear gone, or is it still a process to exercise the remnants of the demons?
You know, actually, like, I'm pretty comfortable moving on grass. Like, it kind of reminds me of hard court, like a very different hard court, of course, but I quite like it now.
I like when she said about, it was a very short answer, but she said she kind of feels like grass is like hard courts.
Yeah, you're right. I just want to make sure that
But I'm saying I want to just say that.
Oh, okay, cool. So you go on, go.
Yeah, it's I like the reading her transcript, and obviously we just played a part from the actual press conference, but I liked when she said that she kind of sees grass like a hard court.
Mm-hmm.
Find that quite funny, and like if anything, I'd be quite worried as well. Like if I was a WTA tour player, thinking, "Oh, hang on a minute, Osaka now sees grass as hard." Like what?
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, for me, do you know what's obviously I don't. Oh well, you know, spoiler alert, guys. I don't play, but as someone who doesn't play, in my head, I actually feel like grass and hardcore is kind of the same. It's weird. Like I've grown up thinking.
I can tell you they're not.
You see, this is how you know that I do not play.
I've played.
Although
it's, to be fair, if you were to play you do get some quick indoor hard courts that kind of play like grass because the ball stays low.
I mean, it's not even just that. When you think about, aside from Nadal and even Alcaraz, when you think about a lot of the great grass court players, think about their hard court game as well. Yeah. Like it really translates well from Federer to Djokovic to Serena and Venus, and do you get what I mean? Like a lot of them. But
I think all those names you mentioned though, they were like.
I need to think of recent names.
They're the most complete players of all time.
True. True, but still, it's not like they've had, like, for example, Federer and Serena and Venus, clay wasn't really like their greatest thing, but...
Still won titles on clay, though, was Serena and Federer.
I know, yeah, but what my point is, basically, when I think about those, is that I feel like they tend to be great at both of those surfaces.
No, I hear you.
And I think maybe because of the calendar, you probably don't see that translation. Like, I'm curious to see if grass was right after a hard court, the difference it would have been if it was clay right before.
Yeah, like, so as in like if
hard court, yeah, exactly.
After the Australian,
exactly.
That's a great shout.
Exactly,
that would completely mess up everything.
That would be so interesting. Like
maybe that's something they should like consider. You know?
I think they should, but people will throw a tantrum if you take away clay from them.
Mad.
But I'm really excited for Naomi Osaka for sure.
Yeah.
It's really nice for her to go through that third round, and also it was her daughter's birthday. So a massive shout out to her, 2 years old. Crazy.
Happy birthday.
I think we're gonna see her face on her documentary.
Oh really?
I think so, because she said the documentary is about motherhood and stuff. So if that's the case, that means she's showing it at her own term, and that's all that matters, really and truly. So she faces Anastasia. You pronounce the last name, please.
Pavlyuchenkova.
There we go. I think that
who took out the 31st seed, Aisling Kruger, in straight sets. So another upset.
So how do you feel about that match?
It's a good matchup, I think, for Osaka. But again, I think Kruger also would have been a good matchup. Like, I feel like Osaka's going to make second week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've said it.
Okay.
I feel like she even said it in press, like she feels more comfortable on grass.
Mm-hmm.
This was her first time getting back-to-back wins as well since, well, pre-French Open.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she had the run in St. Malo where she won the title and then won a few matches in Rome. So confidence is like, it's building again. And like I feel like with Osaka, when she's confident, that translates in terms of how she plays on the court. And like, she's picking up good wins.
Yeah.
So
well, they haven't played against each other in a very long time. The last time they played against each other was 2021. They've only played each other on hard court. The head-to-head is 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 to Osaka. So it's going to be interesting how, they will face each other on grass. Both has been quite like a little bit like up and down. So it'll be interesting, I like going to them type of matches where it's like, okay, the level is somewhat the same for both. So shout out to both players and especially Osaka as well. And we'll be looking forward to the next round.
Most definitely. Before we get on to defeats today, I think we should talk about Felix Auger-Aliassime because his match was suspended due to bad light. So he was playing Jan-Lennard Struff, the German. And they're literally locked in one set apiece. But they had to stop due to bad light. And I actually think Struff wanted to continue.
Okay.
Because he just won the second set to level the match. So momentum is with him. But that match will now be completed on day 4. On court 18, I think it was being played. And Felix looked good. Like first set, took it quite comfortably. I think it was Struff went up early break in the second. Felix broke back and then it went to a tie break. And then again, he was up a mini break in the tie break, but Struff ended up coming back and winning it. So that's why they're now locked in at 1 set all. That could go anyway. But I'm expecting Felix to come through because I want to see the third round against top seed Carlos Alcaraz. He's not top seed, sorry, he's the second seed. But I want to see that matchup desperately.
It's interesting for sure.
So we look forward to seeing Felix hopefully get that W on day 4. Now defeats, Lucy.
Yes.
Where are we starting?
I think we should start with Francis.
Okay. Big foe,
yes.
12th seed, lost to the Brit.
Cam Norrie in
4 sets. Tiafoe did win the first set, 6-4. And then went on to lose 6-4, 6-3, 7-5. Sorry, in the 4th. Tough one. I thought the crowd played a massive part, and as you would expect.
Yeah.
Cam Norrie being British. This is Wimbledon. But he also, and again, this is something Cam Norrie doesn't usually do, but obviously it's understandable why he's doing it because he's playing Wimbledon. He was getting the crowd involved a lot as well. So like encouraging. Well, like they were giving him energy and he was feeding off of it basically.
Yeah.
You were on court.
In terms of the match at the first set, like Francis played well. I did feel like I was expecting the level from his first match. So like from day 1, like Monday. It was just about the same with the first set. And right after the first set, like the level kind of like dropped. And I think Norrie must have noticed and he took advantage of that. So there were moments where it was a bit tight as well. They had like really pretty intense like games. I remember at one point, like on the second set, like 5-4, it was pretty intense, And Francis was actually having a lot of issues with his serve. And that's what actually costed him that second set, for instance. Literally, Norrie broke him. Norrie didn't have any break point till that 5-4 in the second set. And the second that Norrie broke him there, that's when things really changed even more. But even before that, anytime like Norrie was up like just at 30, literally Francis would like get up and just switch it up. But I think once he caught up, and as you said, once he felt the momentum and felt the crowd as well, it definitely boosted him up. And for me, it was interesting because whenever Francis play, he always gets a crowd behind him. Like even when he played Alcaraz last year at centre court, he had a crowd behind him as well.
Incredible.
But yeah, like it was just, it's weird is that although Norrie obviously won the last 3 sets, at the beginning of each of those games, it was very tight.
Yeah.
It kept being tight. It's just for some reason, Francis was just having issues with breaking any of those points. And then also him at times having troubles with his serve. That was also costing him. But yeah, I was really looking forward to him going far. Definitely, especially with the way that he played. The first day he played really well.
I do want to say though, and this is no disrespect to Elmo Muller, but like Norrie it's a different level. Like
no, Norrie. Yeah, Norrie's a different level, but I still think the things that he pulled on Monday, I don't think I personally don't feel like I really saw that today as much.
But that's my point, because I think Norrie is a better player. Like, so he wasn't able to.
I personally see. I think that's where I kind of disagree. I don't think it was just. I'm not saying that for me personally, anyways. I don't think it was just that. I think it was a mix of two. Like, Norrie played well. I mean, even Francis himself said that, he was serving some serves that he never served before. He was doing some things that he never did before, which is why I even said to myself, that's why I said, okay, if he's playing the way he played on Monday, he's winning this either in straight sets or in 4 sets. Like literally how the match went for Norrie is how I expected the match to go for Francis, mainly because of Norrie's level and also because of the way Francis played that first round, and Grand Slam he's popped up and so on. So it does throw players off guard when a player is on job like out of nowhere. So I definitely understand from that aspect, but for me personally, I do think that if he had the level from that first match, whether Norrie was playing as well as was doing now or before, I think he definitely would have won that match. I don't know if how many sets or how he would have done it, but I think it definitely would have been different. But yeah, obviously this wraps up. He's had an interesting type of European, season. And he was actually asked about that, about, how he's it was a pretty good level, how he's feeling, and especially going into the season where he thrives at the most and is the most important for him, going back to the US. And this is what he had to say.
Yeah, obviously extremely disappointed right now. But I mean, I definitely like the way I still played. I thought I competed really well. I had much higher hopes here for Wimbledon. Wanted to do really well at Wimbledon, but it happens. But I'm so excited to get back. First time I was back home, DC. And I had a great summer last year, so I plan to do the same in the U.S. swing. So we'll see what happens. But right now it's obviously tough to look to that right now.
So I'm looking forward for him to go back to America. I mean,
and I know he is too.
Yeah, definitely. And last year, it was the same thing. It was a bit rocky. Like there's times where it's not the first time where Francis has been in this position, and then he gets to America and he picks up. Like he literally was about to win a 1,000 title. He lost to Cincy, to Sinner. I'm looking forward to his hardcore season. He probably needs something like that to pump him up again.
It's similar to Coco as well. Like the fact that he's an American, it's an early exit, which is disappointing. But now he can go back to the States, have a bit of a rest, and then get ready for exactly the big US hardcourt swing. And to kind of go back to what he said as well about the kind of European run, including Paris, obviously It's first time reaching the quarterfinals at Roland Garros. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Pretty good going.
Yeah.
So of course, Wimbledon second round exit is tough, but we've got to look at the positives. That's what we do here. And I feel good about Tiafoe in terms of where his game's at. Knocking on the door, the top 10 again. That will take a hit after obviously Wimbledon points dropped from last year. Yeah. But he's in a good place. Yeah. So we look forward to seeing him in the US hard courts.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Next defeat.
Jasmine Paolini.
Jazzy, 4th seed, last year's runner-up. She lost in 3 sets to Kamila Rakimova. This is a tough one, Lucy, because the first set she cruised.
She did.
Won at 6-4, started the second pretty well. But to Rakimova's credit, she picked up her game. And that kind of threw off Jasmine, and she kind of alluded to that as well in press, saying how her concentration levels were in and out, throughout sets 2 and 3, and she didn't really know why that was the case, which I thought was an interesting insight. And watching the match, you kind of did see that as well. I don't know, it just felt like she wasn't fully focused, and I don't know what the reason was. To be fair, and I don't want to take any credit away from Rakimova, but I do.
Do you think she was in her head a lot?
Maybe
in terms of remembering that she has to defend.
Because again, that's why I asked her as well, in the press conference. But just to talk about the match a bit more, I feel with her kind of the level that we kind of expect now of Paolini. Obviously, she expects that from herself because she knows she can produce it, and she has produced it at a consistent level. Yeah. But for whatever reason today, it just wasn't there. And again, you're entitled to have an off day. It's completely fine. But it did seem a bit strange. But then it's also kind of in keeping with what we said earlier about the amount of seeds that are falling. She is now, I think, the top 5 women's seeds.
Yeah, they're all
have gone.
Yeah, literally. I think Sabalenka's the only one.
So Coco.
Yep.
Just Pegula.
Yep.
Jasmine Paolini. Yeah. Zheng Qinwen. So it's 4.
Iga. Yeah, Iga's still about.
It's 4. 4 of the top 5. That's insane.
Very.
But again, it goes back to what we were saying again about the scheduling and the kind of, there's such limited time between clay and grass, and players are kind of in a catch-22. Do I play a tournament? Do I rest?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's tough. It's really,
and
really
every
tough.
player is different. There's some players that feel like it's best for them to not play. There's some players that feel like it's best for them to play. And a lot of times they don't even know.
Exactly.
There's not enough time for you to test it out.
I think, like you said, the biggest takeaway, well, for me anyway, this year's Wimbledon, concerning the top seeds, the top players, I feel like a lot of them are going to look at their scheduling next year
and change it up.
Yeah, and basically switch things around because obviously they're not pleased with how things have gone at Wimbledon, and it's it shouldn't really be a surprise to anybody, considering how tight things are. So, but I feel like a lot of players are saying the same thing, that I'm going to look at maybe how I schedule things next year and maybe look to do things a bit differently. So it's that's not a coincidence, basically.
Of course,
which is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, the signs were even there before even Wimbledon. I've said this plenty of time. HSBC championships. Look how many of the men were dropping. At Berlin, it was stacked, but look how many of the women, lost early. Even HSBC championship as well. No discredit to Tatiana and Maria, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them did not think that she would be winning, and she deserved it. She was playing really well. Them drop shots and them slices were throwing everyone off.
Then she got clipped first round here,
and she got clipped. See, exactly. Do you get what I mean? So. All the top players, everyone that made it the second week, it was a lot on them and stuff. But with Paolini, we need to keep in mind, she has been playing like crazy. Yeah. And I know you guys don't care about doubles, but she's been playing like doubles as well. And doubles, not like she's losing first round.
She's winning titles.
She's winning titles. And she's not winning small titles, bro. She's winning 1,000 titles. She won the Olympics. She won slams. She's been doing a lot. She's been doing a lot, but I want her to actually rest. I remember even US Open at the end. I remember her last press conference when she lost the US Open. Alicia asked her like, "Bro, are you gonna be resting?" And like, she was ready to keep going.
Because she had Billie Jean King Cup.
Yeah,
play.
exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, and last year was her first breakthrough. So all of this is new to her. Again, having to defend, having to go back and do all these things. So yeah, man, like at the end of the day I did think I'll put my hands up. I didn't think she would defend her point.
Yeah.
But I thought she would make it at least at the second week. But regardless, it is what it is. She won a 1,000 title like a couple weeks ago. She's had a good season so far. And she was a little bit injured at the beginning of this season as well. She's got some doubles titles as well this season. So I think her ranking is still good. So it is what it is. I mean, obviously she's going to lose a lot of points, but right now, at the end of the day, it's best for her to rest and get ready for the hard courts as well. It would be nice for her to do great in America as well.
I can see it as well. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing her, chill for a bit. Just chill for a bit.
It's well earned.
Yeah, well earned for sure.
Next defeat, Gabriel Diallo.
Do you know what's crazy? That's match of the day, even though it was a defeat, bro. Match of the day.
Epic 5-setter.
Epic 5-setter against Taylor Fritz.
The number 5 seed.
Yes, sir.
Involved in his second 5-setter in a row. Don't forget, Giovanni Pechi-Pericard took him to 5.
Hey.
That was played over 2 days.
Taylor Fritz. I got my Dr. Uma hat on.
Stop it.
Got my Dr. Uma hat on.
Stop it.
But Diallo lost to Fritz 6-3, 3-6, 6-7, 6-4, 3-6. What a match, man. What a match.
Two different conditions, two different types of conditions, because it started with the roof open. And then they had to close the roof because it was getting dark.
Yeah, they had to close the roof, yeah. And it was interesting because I tweeted that when I saw the roof being closed, I was like, yep, guys, we're locked in. And, people were trying to say, no, it's good. Like, basically people were telling me it was going to be easier, but very quickly for like Taylor.
Stop it.
Although Taylor did win the match, clearly, guys, you've seen that it isn't. Diallo is a very great indoor player. Yes, he won his first title on grass, but even him, when I interviewed him at HSBC Championships, he even said himself that he couldn't believe that he actually won his first title on grass. But, his coach is great on grass as well. Has a good record on there, good experience on there and stuff. So it helped him with that, and the way he plays does help. But with this match, it was insane at how if you look at the stats, they're so close to each other. It was insane how close it was. There was a lot of fun rallies. Both have really strong serves as well. And very big serves.
I think Fritz, though, again, he's one of the best one of the best returners as well.
He's for him, yeah. For him to return GMP's fastest serve, for him to return, and he won the point as well. For him to return, or some of Diallo's serves as well. Diallo is part of one of those. I think he's
in the
7th
140s
now, or something like that. He served 143 miles per hour today. It was brazy, but yeah. So massive credit to Fritz, honestly. Having to play 3 days in a row, basically. Although yesterday was just one set, it's still something.
He loves it though, man. Fritz, he would play every day if he could. He's that kind of player.
Yeah, he loves it. For sure. Yeah. But honestly, that match I knew that match was going to 5 sets. Yeah. And I think a lot of people thought it was going to be the opposite. But again, it just shows to you that people were not aware of Diallo, which is fine. We try to tell you guys, but it is what it is.
One thing I love about him as well, the better play, the better the competition, the higher his kind of level rate rises. Like he matches what he's competing against, and I think that is
well said.
For me. That's something that shows you his ceiling is very high.
Very high.
Like we're gonna see Diallo cracking top 20 very soon.
Oh yeah, and he actually touched on that about like, you know, his confidence and reaching like such milestones and how that's going to like affect him like moving forward, and here's what he says.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I think what I did well in my career is I always stayed hungry, no matter how things were looking. I think I still have the same hunger for sure. Like playing a match like this is super stimulating. I had a lot of fun on court, so you know I'm gonna go back, take some time off a little bit, get ready for the hard court season, and yeah, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to or strive to achieve great things in this sport. And I think the match today proved that I can really do some damage.
But yeah, like I love the positive talk. It's weird because he did look sad, obviously, which I can understand. Again, the match was like very, very tight. Like for example, that tie break, 0 break points. No one was close. Everyone was just hitting their serves. They were on point. No one was close to literally break each other on that third set. That was a really good set. And but it was nice to see that. Obviously, you're disappointed and stuff, but he's trying to keep his head high. You know, even when he was saying in his French press, he was already talking about, you know, going back with his team and seeing what he needed to improve and work on. But yeah, like
that hunger.
You can see the hunger in him.
Love it.
I think the success of his grass season has made him even more hungry as well, and given him motivation. He did well at in New York last year. Third round or fourth? Was it third or fourth round?
Third round.
Third round, and he lost to Tommy Paul. So you know it's not like a small thing. So like
beat Artifice en route. Crazy.
So I'm hoping this grass season gives him like, you know, that boost and that momentum for him to like continue. You know, you got a title in the bag. You're going head to head with we're talking about Fritz, who's literally seeded like number 5. Like it's not a small player.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So yeah, nothing to be disappointed about at all. But yeah, I'm very happy. I think one thing that I'm most excited about is him definitely getting more fans. Like the crowd was definitely loving him.
He's got good energy.
Yeah. They were definitely
and he's
loving
very
him.
engaging as well. Like he engages with the crowd, which is that's something I love.
Yeah. At one point, you know, the last set when it was pretty tight, he was still like, you know, getting the crowd like cheered up. Sometimes earlier in the match, he was even like still like smiling and enjoying the moment, especially that, you know, he even said it himself during his press. It's not every time you get to play in the number 1 court.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, I was very excited. I'm so happy, honestly speaking, as much as I'm gutted because we could have been like really close, but it's Fritz. We lost to Fritz. It is what it is. But it was a great match.
Definitely.
It was a really good match. And that's what I kept telling people. I was like, guys, that watch this match. That is actually going to be good. And I think some people underestimated it till they saw the score and was like, oh, okay. So if you are new to Gabriel Diallo, stay here, man. Like he's very, very good, very focused. He's got a great coach. So yeah, I'm looking forward to.
And Pat Cash was in his box, sat next to his coach as well.
Oh yeah, you said yeah. You guys brought that up. Yeah,
funny.
that's true. Yeah,
Pat Cash he won Wimbledon in 1987, but he has a good relationship with Diallo's coach.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we're gonna bring Wimbledon to Guinea. Who knows? So yeah, a massive shout out to Diallo and looking forward to his hardcore swing. We did have some doubles today, but they did get cancelled or moved because, you know, we had like some delays and whatnot. So none of them were played. So in terms of order of play for day 4, so we have a very exciting, very, very exciting match.
Another match of the day.
Yeah, for sure. Hailey Baptiste and Victoria Mboko. That's going to be very interesting. We also have the Felix match is going to continue.
Yeah.
Against Struff as well. We have Ben Shelton and Heiji Carter. We have Monfils against
Marton Fucsovic.
Yes. I think that's it for singles, right?
It is, yeah. So just the 3 matches, but then with Felix it's 4.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So it's literally we've come to that time already where the numbers they're dwindling, Lucy.
I don't like that.
You don't have that much to cover anymore.
I don't like that. I don't like that. But yeah, people like I said, there's still doubles. Even Diallo's actually still playing doubles. I didn't know that.
True, yeah.
Yeah, Diallo's playing doubles with Bergs, and that's literally tomorrow. Watson and Appleton, as we said. I believe also Parks and Osorio. I think basically all of the double players that were supposed to play today because of the rain delay have been moved to tomorrow. The only additional one I will add is obviously like I said, Diallo, and also Harrison and King. That'll be really exciting as well. And I believe obviously Paolini and Irani.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe that is it in terms of day 4. But yeah,
good. There was a good day. Like we did have a lot of defeats, but
there were good matches though.
Yeah,
like for example, even the
exactly.
Tiafoe and Norrie one
4-setter.
Like I said, despite the stats, like it was very tight. It was very good. It was a good match. Same with Fritz and Diallo. Definitely my favorite match of the day. I like rallies, especially on grass. You don't get them as much. So yeah, but a massive shout out to the players, massive shout out to everyone. And yeah, guys, make sure that you stay tuned. Again, our London listeners, make sure you grab your free ticket at Box Park at Box Park Croydon website. I am literally talking with my eyes closed.
Stop
so
it.
Sorry for waffling. I feel like my voice is even going right now.
Let's wrap it up.
So
Wrap this up.
Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoy the pod, and we'll catch you at day 4.
Take care, guys.